Hi, YouTubers, and welcome back to McKay Yoga. Last week, we were working on standing poses that required balance. It was Warrior Three pose. And if you remember, I was talking about that inversions are coming up. So I thought today we kind of piggyback on that Warrior Three because Warrior Three is a really good prep for handstand. So we'll be working on handstand prep and perhaps handstand. And this is a posture that we will revisit. Inversions are really good. They change your perspective. They can be very empowering, energizing, and it's good for us to go up upside down to reverse the blood flow. And it can also build confidence, right? So let's see how our confidence and our energy and our endurance and our stamina is today. So I'm coming at you from Orange County, Costa Mesa, California, where it's kind of balmy and a little windy. So I thought I'd also throw in a weather report before we started our yoga practice. As I said, we're going to piggyback on to what we did last week. The orientation of the legs, sorry, there was something going on, in inversions is this, neutral, right? So I'm not going to do a lot of hip opening. We're going to keep our focus neutral because this is what we want our legs to do in the inversion. And also you want to have this energy of like zipping everything up, right? So think, here I am, right side up. This is what I'll be upside down, right? So I want to have the same exact posture upside down, but now I'm just balancing on my hands. So very, very challenging. If you have any wrist issues, wouldn't be a good posture for you. But again, coming up, there are other inversions that we will have, that I will teach you where you're not on the wrist. Okay. To begin, we'll start in what is called Virasana, hero pose. So have a seat, and I'm going to sit on a block. So again, like I said, the thighs are going to be neutral in the hip sockets. They're going to look like this. And I'm going to take the backs of my calves away from the backs of my hamstring so I can create some space for my knee joint. And then I'm going to take my hands to my feet and I'm going to press the tops of my feet down. So I want little toe side and big toe side of the feet to evenly press down and reach to the space that's behind me. Then lift up and out of the sides of your waist, lift your heart, lift your chest, roll your shoulders back and down. And then you can allow the hands to rest on the thighs, palms facing up, which is very energizing. And after you've positioned your hands, have your shoulders be right above the eyes of your elbows. So some of you might have to move your hands forward, some of you might have to move your hands backwards, but you're stacking your shoulders over your elbows. And to start to become aware of the breath. Can you breathe in and out through your nose? Can you, with each in-breath, breathe in a little bit fuller? And can you, with each out-breath, breathe out a little bit more? And then move the fronts of the arms towards the backs of the arms. Keep the lift of the heart of the chest. Maintain that the neck is even on all sides, keeping your chin level with the ground. And then allow the crown of the head to reach up towards the ceiling. Virasana, hero pose. And very slowly, without rushing, allow the chin to rest towards the top of the chest. Take an inhale. And then when you exhale, bring your chin so it's level with the ground. The eyes were closed, softly open. And then take your arms out to the height of your shoulders. And then externally rotate your arms in the arm socket. So turn your arm bones out so your palms face up. And then when you inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling. So think of reaching up out of the sides of your waist. And when you exhale, turn your arms out, palms out, and exhale like you're resisting your arms down, like you're trying to sink something through a pool of water. Resist the arms down. Then externally rotate the arms in the arm socket. Reach the arms up. Lift up and out of the sides of your waist. Then when you exhale, turn your palms face out, rotate the arms, and press, resist your arms down. We'll do that one more time. Externally rotate the arms in the arm sockets. Float the arms up, inhale. And then exhale, resist the arms down. Very good. Okay, so now I want you to bring the arms out in front of you. Draw your arm bones back into the arm sockets and then flex your wrists. extend out through the heels of your hands. So this action of the arms, I'm going to have you do that in child's pose. And we're going to talk a lot about the arms. So we'll do planks, and we'll do this in child pose, and then, Vashisthasana, which we've done earlier as well. But maybe we haven't. Maybe we can add that on too. Keep posted. Keep subscribing. Keep thumbs up. Okay. All right. I digress. And then resist your arms back down. So I'm going to repeat this action in child's pose. So you're going to come off of your brick if you were sitting on it. Move it to one side. And then child's pose. So in your child's pose, your big toes can touch or not. Knees can be close together or not. I want you to extend your arms forward and straight. And I'm just going to have the heel of my hands on the mat. So press the heels of your hands on the mat. And feel that you're like kind of scraping your mat forward as you're hugging in the upper arm bones into the arm sockets. The eyes of the elbows facing each other. And your biceps and your triceps are firming towards one another. So keep extending out through the heels of the hands. And I'm shaking because that's so much energy I'm sending out, right? I keep externally rotating the upper arms, internally rotating the lower arms. Very tricky. And I'm pressing the heels of the hands down. With that, I then press the other parts of my hands down. So I'm getting the entire circumference of my hands down. Keep that energetic quality as you inhale, shift your weight forward. As you exhale, curl your toes under and just pause here. So now my shoulders are over the creases of the wrists. To do inversions, handstands, it requires a lot of abdominals. So I'll be peppering in abdominals through the practice. Take an inhale. And then when you exhale, just hover your knees above the ground, like I'm sliding pieces of paper under the knees. Release your knees down. Take an inhale. Exhale, hover your knees above the mat. Release the knees down. Inhale. Exhale, hover the knees above the ground. Release the knees down. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale, exhale, lift the knees, like let them levitate from the ground. Then lower. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, levitate the knees, round in the upper back like cat-cow. Slowly release. This one's going to change. We're going to start with that hover of the knees, then we'll move to down dog, but slow, right? Take an inhale. And when you exhale, hover the knees, elevate or levitate the knees off of the mat. Keep drawing your navel in as you just start to shift the hips back, ever so slowly, drawing back to downward dog. So when you move from downward dog to plank, see if you can keep your core engaged. And hopefully, from that extended child's pose to the hover of the knees as we went back to dog pose, you have the right alignment. Now inhale, glide forward to plank. So notice I didn't have to adjust my hands or feet. Reach the crown of the head forward, reach your lower back backwards. Pull the belly in, push the floor away, and keep drawing the navel in and up towards the spine. And then exhale, lift the hips up and back, down dog pose. Inhale, come forward, glide forward, plank pose. Then exhale, lift the hips up and back, down dog pose. We'll do that 2 more times. Feel your belly working. Inhale, glide forward, plank. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. And then 1 more time. Inhale forward to plank. Feel your shoulder blades just slide across your back body. And then exhale, hips up and back, downward dog pose. Keep your belly engaged. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. So now when you're in a forward fold, have all 10 of your toes pointing in the same direction. Try to align the center of your heel with your second and or third toe. And then as you inhale, lengthen your chest forward. So try to keep your hips over your knees over your ankles. Exhale to bow and fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bow and fold. 1 more time. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. So we're going to do a back bend, a variation of Shalabhasana. So walk back out to downward dog. I'm going to back myself up so that hopefully I still stay in the frame. And then when you inhale, you're going to glide forward to plank. Then when you exhale, shift your weight forward, bend your elbows, and come all the way down to the ground. Now, make sure you have enough space in front of you that you can extend your arms forward. So I'm just gonna back myself up. And as we did in child's pose and as we did in that seated position, I want you to look to your hands and hopefully you can see. It's a little bit dark. You know what? I'll just put this towel underneath my hands and hopefully you can see. Okay, look, creativity on the fly. Okay, so I'm reaching my arms out in front of me, and I'm pressing the tops of my feet down. And then I'm gonna inhale, lift my chest, lift my arms. Then exhale, flex my wrists and press the heels of my hands forward. And I'm allowing my upper arms to be framed by my ears, right? Stay here, inhale. Exhale to lower. Pause, you can turn and look to the right or to the left. We're gonna do that one more time. We're just gonna start it a little bit differently. So have the heels of your hands on the floor, forearms on the floor, but then just lift your head up and just make sure the hands are separated shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider. And then soft gaze down, inhale, lift the arms from the ground. Exhale, press the heels of the hands forward, draw the navel in. Try to align your upper arms with your ears, with your cheeks. Push the heels of the hands forward, reach your toes backwards. Stay here, inhale, then exhale to lower. Good, now bring your hands underneath your shoulders. You might have to adjust yourself like I did because I came off of my mat. Ooh, that was kind of like an inchward. And then inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest. You're just in a low cobra. Could be higher if you like. Stay here, inhale, exhale to lower. And then, because I'm still off of my mat, take an inhale, lift up. It could be cobra, or maybe you're ready for up dog. And then exhale, as you roll over your toes, come into downward dog pose. Take a few breaths here. Just gonna adjust my mat because I'm a little bit out of the frame. Let the head hang. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. And then bring your hands to your outer hips. Pull your belly in. Inhale, come up to stand up. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little work with the block. You may or may not be able to see my arms because of the way my screen is situated, but my arms are gonna go overhead, right? So you're gonna take that block and place it high to your inner thighs. So when you're upside down, you wanna have the sense of firming or squeezing the inner line, like you can zip the linings of the legs, the inner lining of the legs together. That's what you want to feel like. So I'm using that block to create that work. So it's going to be a heel raise and an arm raise while firming onto that block. Okay. So inhale as you reach the arms up. So externally rotating the arms in the arm sockets like we did seated. And then exhale, resist the arms down as you bring the heels down. Externally rotate your arms in the arm sockets. Inhale, raise the arms, lift the heels, squeeze that block. And then exhale, resist the arms, lower the heels down. One more time. Externally rotate the arms in the arm sockets. Inhale, float the arms, lift the heels, squeeze that block. This time stay lifted. And I want you to flex your hands or your wrist so it looks like this, right? So the heels of the hands are reaching forward like we did in child's pose, right? And then extend those heels of the hands straight up to the ceiling. Let your arms frame your ears, your cheeks. Stay here, inhales, keep a good squeeze of that block. And then when you exhale, resist the arms down, resist the heels down, come back down. So remember that, upside down. Adho Mukha Vrikshasana, which means downward facing tree. What? Yes, that's what it means. All right, we'll do a little bit of a warm-up with sun salutes. We'll do a few standing postures. We'll do some abs, and we'll work on that handstand prep, perhaps. Handstand. Okay. Root through the four corners of each foot. Lift your kneecaps, lift your quads. Spin your inner thighs back as your lower back reaches towards the mat. Lift your heart and chest up. Roll your shoulders back and down. Fix your clothing. I crack myself up. Press down through your feet, reach up through the crown of your head. Sun salute A. Inhale, stretch and reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward. Exhale, plant your palms. You can step to plank. You can jump to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, cobra or up dog. I'm doing up dog. And then exhale as you roll over your toes, downward dog pose. So as we move through these sun salutes, really try to stay connected with your breath and really try to get these actions of rolling over the toes because that's going to keep your core engaged. And core engagement is crucial for when you balance, even more crucial when you balance upside down. Take an inhale here. And then when you exhale, bring your feet forward. Lift your heart, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Press into your feet, inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale back to your center. We'll do 2 more just like that. Inhale, stretch and reach your arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, lift your chest. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your palms, either plank or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward dog. Exhale, roll over your toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Firm your biceps and your triceps. Keep externally rotating your upper arms away from your ears, internally rotating the lower arms down towards the mat. Press into the entire circumference of your hands so you feel that the fingertips, the knuckles, the heels of the hands are all rooted down. And also press into the webbing. Take an inhale here. And then when you exhale as lightly as you can, empty of breath, bring your feet forward. Lift your heart, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. Press down into your feet. Inhale, rise, reach up, look up. And then exhale back to center. 1 more, sun salute A. Inhale, stretch and reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, plant your palms, take your feet back and lower. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Bring your feet together. When you inhale, reach your right heel backwards. Try to lift from the inner lining of that right leg. And then as you exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Bring your right foot forward. Back heel lifted. We'll cultivate some balance here in crescent lunge. And then reach the arms forward. Pull the belly in and inhale, slowly come up to rise. Exhale, bend your left knee a little bit. Press through that left glute. Straighten your left leg. Reach your arms up. Look up. See if you can flex your wrist and heel of the hands stretch up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Stay here, inhale. Then when you exhale, bring your hands down, pause. Step back to plank, pause, and hold your plank position. So stretch the crown of the head forward, reach your lower back backwards. Imagine you have that block at the inner thighs. Stay here, inhale. Core engage as slowly as you can. Lift the hips up and back, keeping that belly engaged. Downward facing dog. Join your feet together. And when you inhale, reach your left heel backwards. As you exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Bring your left foot forward. Come up to your fingertips. Keep your feet hip socket distance apart. Cultivate balance in crescent lunge or Anjaneyasana. Inhale, come up. Exhale, put a little bend in your right knee. Then squeeze your right butt cheek to straighten your right leg. Lift your heart, lift your chest, lift your gaze, and once again, flex the heels of your hands. Stretch the heels of your hands straight up to the ceiling. So your fingertips point to the space behind you. The heels of the hands point to the space that's in front of you. Stay here, inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands down. Try not to drag your foot. Lift your foot as you step back to plank and hold. Firm onto that imaginary block. Press, or not press, but lengthen or lift the upper back towards the ceiling. Broaden that space in between your shoulder blades. Keep drawing the belly in. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, slow motion. Lift the hips up and back. Downward dog. Really slow, lots of control. Use those belly muscles, the pelvic floor muscles. Take an inhale here. And then when you exhale, bring your feet forward. Lift your heart, inhale. Bow and fold, exhale. Root into your feet. Inhale, stretch up, reach up, look up. And then exhale back to center. And again, as I always say, center can be at heart center, or center could be with your arms at your sides. Okay, so now sun salute B, and we'll do 2 of those. Join your feet together, rooted across the 4 corners of each foot. And now inhale, bend your knees, Utkatasana. In Utkatasana, heels heavy, toes light. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift your heart, Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale, plant your palms, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. So now you're going to bring the right foot forward, left heel in and down, front heel can line up with back heel or nothing. Inhale your arms up, Virabhadrasana 1. Right hip back, left hip forward, look up, maybe your palms touch. And then when you exhale, hands frame your foot, don't drag your foot. Chaturanga. Inhale up dog. Exhale to down dog. Now, without moving your hands, bring the left foot forward by your left thumb. Spin the back heel in and down. Inhale, warrior 1. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Maybe your palms touch. And exhale, hands to the ground. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale to down dog for 5 breaths. Now, if you're getting winded, if you're running out of breath, take a child's pose. Otherwise, downward dog pose, rooted through the hands, rooted through the feet. And breathing. Take an inhale here. And then when you exhale, bring your feet forward. Be light. Lift your heart, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Bend your knees, reach your arms up, inhale. Exhale, stand hands to heart or by your sides. Exhale. One more, Surya Namaskara, B. Inhale, bend your knees, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, fold inward. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, plant your palms, take your feet back and lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot forward, left heel flat. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot forward, right heel down. Inhale, warrior 1. And then exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths, or you might need to rest. And if you need to rest, do that. It requires a lot of stamina and energy to go upside down, so you might need to conserve some of that energy as we move towards going upside down. Take an inhale here. And then when you exhale, empty of breath, bring your feet forward. Lift your heart, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. Now deeply bend your knees. Reach your arms up, Utkatasana, chair. Then exhale, stand, pause and breathe. Reestablish your mountain pose, your Tadasana. I gotta make better wardrobe choices. Because we're gonna balance, we're gonna do tree pose, because as I said, Adho Mukha Vrikshasana, which is handstand, the translation is downward facing tree. Okay? So have all 10 of your toes point forward. And then you're going to externally rotate your right thigh bone in the hip socket and take your right leg into tree. So tree pose could be like this, foot to floor, to your shin, well actually side of your shin, or full expression, high to the inner thigh of your left leg, right? Reach your arms out to the height of your shoulders, externally rotate the arms in the arm sockets, reach your arms up. Flex your wrists, extend out through the heels of your hands. On side 2, I'll do it a little bit different. Firm your outer hips in towards each other, draw the navel in and up towards the spine. Keep pressing through the big toe mound of your standing leg. You're externally rotating your bent knee leg, neutrally rotated that standing leg. Stay here, inhale. Now when you exhale, release your arms to your heart, or release your hands to your heart. And then release your right leg down or right foot down. Release your arms, bend your knees, wiggle your toes. Come back to your mountain pose. So make sure you're balanced on the four corners of each foot. And now it's the left leg. So again, the left foot can stay on the floor. I find that the foot on skin is better than on clothing because it tends to slip off, right? So you can do the calf or high to the right inner thigh. And this time, reach your arms forward, flex your wrists. Push the heels of your hands forward. And then inhale, take the arms up. Fingertips pointing backwards, heels of the hands reaching upwards. Keep drawing your belly in, make sure your ribs are not throwing or popping forward. Stay here, inhale. Then when you exhale, bring your arms in front of you. Take an inhale, release your left leg, release your arms. Come back to Tadasana. Rooted through the four corners of each foot, stretching up through the crown of your head. Breathing. Well done. Okay. Come back to the front edge of your mat. As you inhale, bend your knees, reach your arms up, Utkatasana. As you exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. As you inhale, lift the heart, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, plant your palms, take your feet back, either plank or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Now the right foot's going to come forward, left heel is flat. Inhale to warrior one. Now when you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Heel toe your right foot over. Slide your left foot further back. Line up your right heel with your left arch. You're in warrior two pose, right? Not going to do a lot of hip opening. We're tree and warrior two. And then exhale, bring your hands to frame your foot. Step back to plank, hold. Keep drawing the belly in towards the spine. Breathe into your upper back. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, lift the hips up and back, down dog. Now the left foot forward, right heel in and down. Inhale to warrior one. So classically, front heel would be in line with back heel, or you could take the feet wider apart from left to right. Now when you exhale, heel toe your left foot over, slide the right foot further back, open up to warrior two. Now you're in heel to arch alignment. Make sure both arms are at the same height. Ideally, right heel of hand over right outer ankle, left heel of hand over left knee. Lift the heart, lift the chest, release the shoulders down towards the ground. Stay here, inhale. And then exhale, hands frame foot. You're going to step back to plank, hold. Breathe into that space that's in between your shoulder blades. Have your shoulders right above the creases of the wrists. Squeeze that imaginary block. Stay here, inhale. And then exhale, super slow, back to downward dog pose. Smooth, steady breathing. And then I'm going to set us up for like a modified side plank pose, right? Again, cultivating balance. Take an inhale here, come forward to plank. Then when you exhale, gently bring the knees down to the ground. So you're in a quadruped position. And I want you to keep your knees down, but I want you to take your left foot out to the left. And then slide your right leg back. And then lift your right leg up. Turn it out just a teeny bit. Bring your right hand to your right hip. And then flex your right foot. See if you can cultivate a little bit of balance. And stack your right shoulder over your left. Stay there or free your top arm up to the ceiling. So we've done this before. This is like a variation of half moon, or it could be a variation of side plank pose. Right? Stay here, inhale. Then when you exhale, right hand to right hip, you turn your chest down, you release your knee down, you release the hand down. I'm just going to turn to the other side so you can see a little bit better. So your knees are going to be staying down. Oh, pardon me. Right foot's going to go out. And then you're going to reach your left leg back. And you turn your chest a little bit. Take your left hand to your left hip. And then lift your left leg up. Flex the foot. So your heel, ankle, hip, shoulder, all in one line. Stack your left shoulder over your right. And then maybe extend that left arm straight up to the ceiling. Cultivate balance. You gotta definitely use your core. You gotta draw the navel in and up towards the spine. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, left hand to hip. Turn your chest down. Release the knee down. Release the hand down. Pause. Take a breath here. Now I want you to keep the tops of the feet down. So you're in that quadruped position, but the tops of the feet are going to stay down. Before, when we were in quadruped, our toes were curled under. Now round your upper back like you would do in cat-cow. Press the tops of the feet down, press the hands down, and as you exhale, hover the knees away from the ground. Feel that you have to use your belly to levitate the knees off of the ground. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. Stay here, inhale. And then exhale, lower the knees down, pause. Now curl your toes under. I want you to feel the difference of your belly work, your pelvic floor, when you have the tops of the feet pressing down and when you're on the balls of the feet, right? Round your upper back like you would in cat-cow. Shoulders over the creases of the wrist. This time the balls of my feet are on the ground. Take an inhale, and then exhale, lift the knees off of the mat like you just slide a piece of paper underneath the knees. Keep drawing the navel in, let the head hang, no need to hold it up. Keep drawing the navel in and up toward the spine. Really cultivate those pelvic floor muscles. Stay here, inhale. And then exhale, lower the knee down. So hopefully you felt your core. That's what my intention was. And then child's pose, just so that you can figure out the right size for your down dog. So now the arms are separated the width of your shoulders. You're going to shift your weight forward, curl your toes under, lift up to downward dog. So coming into child's pose to figure out your downward dog is really smart, right? Really, really smart. So bring the right foot forward, left heel is lifted. Inhale, crescent lunge. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. Deep bend of that right knee. Lift your heart, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Flex your wrist and extend the heels of the hands up towards the ceiling. Okay, if I lunge a little deeper, you can see the heels of the hand. Stay here, inhale. And then when you exhale, bring your hands to frame your front foot. Shorten the distance between your feet so you can get your back foot flat. Right hand to right hip, left hand to left hip. Inhale, come up. So a modified pyramid pose. This is a good place to use your blocks. So I'm going to grab the blocks. Okay, so my front heel is not really in line with anything. It's the width of my hips or my feet, right? But you could certainly line up your front heel with your back. I just feel like you get more space for your lower back if you take your feet a little bit wider. Then inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling. When you exhale, reach forward, reach out of the sides of your waist. And then exhale, bring your hands to the floor or to your blocks. And just make sure you can have a flat palm. So if you can have a flat palm on the floor, great. If you need blocks, get them. Right hip back, left hip forward, and you are allowing your head to hang. Right? Take an inhale. And when you exhale, you're going to bend your right knee, pick up your left heel. And take your hands and blocks more forward, about a torso length. Because I want your chest to stay lifted. I'll back myself up so you can see better. Okay, so my right knee is bent. It's like I'm getting ready to charge the space that's in front of you. And then when you inhale, transfer the weight onto the right leg. When you exhale, bend your left knee so your left knee and your right knee are side by side. Do you remember this from last week? It looks like a flamingo. Lift your chest, extend the crown of your head forward. Let the crown of your head touch the space in front of you. And then when you inhale, extend your left heel backwards. So your left heel, your left sitting bone, and the crown of your head, or a shoulder, all in one line, right? Really good setup for warrior 3. Now, if you feel like your chest is collapsing, lift your block, your support, and extend out to the crown of the head and extend out through your heel. Stay here, inhale. Then when you exhale, come back to pyramid pose. Maybe reposition the block, stay here, inhale. Then right hand to right hip, exhale. Left hand to left hip, exhale. Lift your chest up. Then we're going to pivot on the feet just so that you can see both sides clearly, I hope. And with that pivot, very kind of like a strongest style, you can line up your front heel with your back heel, or take the left foot more to the left, right foot more to the right. You want to feel that you're really grounded, that you're stable, and that you're not going to fall over. This is pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Inhale your arms up. And then exhale, hinge from your hips. Reach out of the sides of your waist. Grow long, grow long, grow long. Bring your hands to the floor or your blocks. Pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana, round 2. Try to angle your back toes towards the front corner of your mat, right? So it's not turning out, but it's trying to reach forward. Let your head hang, left hip back, right hip forward. Imagine you could crinkle the mat, with the heels of your feet. That's how much you're digging isometrically into the mat. Lift your chest, inhale. Maybe fold a little bit deeper, exhale. Now, just like last week, you're gonna take your hands and props forward. Bend your left knee, inhale. And then exhale, bring your right knee and your left knee side by side. Have the left toes point straight ahead and keep your chest super lifted up, right? If you feel like your chest is collapsing, take the height of your props higher. And notice I got more lift, right? So now my arms are extra long. When you inhale, extend your right heel backwards. So think right heel, right sitting bone, right shoulder, all in one line. And then I'm stretching my crown of the head away from my lower back and my tailbone. And I'm really trying to draw my navel in so I can lengthen my lower back towards my lifted heel, right? Take an inhale. And then when you exhale, bend your left knee, right foot touches down, you're right back to pyramid pose, pause. And then left hand to left hip, right hand to right hip, inhale, come up. Exhale, join your feet together, move your props to one side, and we'll take a wide leg forward fold. Right? So take the legs wide apart, have all 10 of your toes pointing in the same direction, maybe slight pigeon toe if your hamstrings are super tight. Reach your arms up to the ceiling, inhale, and then exhale, fold. For Pasarita Padottanasana A, lift your heart, inhale. Exhale, fold. The elbows should be over the heels of the hand, crown of the head stretching towards the ground. And imagine you had a block in between your elbows and slide your shoulder blades up towards your waist, not down towards your ears. Take another huge breath in. Stay here, exhale. Now bring your hands to your hips as if someone was helping you up with your shoulders. Lead with your upper back. Inhale, come up to stand. And then exhale, step or jump your feet together. Okay, so I want to do one more standing posture. Then we'll do abs, and then we'll do the prep for handstand and maybe the full expression of handstand. All right. Inhale, stretch and reach your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, plant your palms, take your feet back, lower your body down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Bring the right foot forward, left heel lifted. Inhale, crescent lunge. A lot of lunging, a lot of crescents. Hands to your heart. Scooch your left foot more towards the right side of your mat. Lean your chest forward. Keep the right knee bent. We're coming into a crouching warrior three. Flex your left foot. And then see if you can just start to hinge. Lift the inner lining of that left leg up. Modified warrior three. Stay here, inhale. Now exhale, hands to the floor, standing split. Lift your heart, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. So notice that my top leg is not super high because I'm not externally rotating my top leg in the hip socket. I'm keeping it neutral. This is what your legs are going to look like when you go into your handstand, right? One leg will be down, one leg will be up. Stay here, inhale. And when you exhale, step that left foot way, way, way back. Plant your palms, pause, plank. Join your feet together. Roll to the little toe side of your left foot. Root through your palms. Now you're in a twisted plank. Really stack your feet and then start to reach your right arm straight up. Vashisthasana. Think of plank pose on its side. Stay here, inhale. Now when you exhale, flex your right hand and extend your right arm overhead. Extend out to the heel of that hand. Stay here, inhale. Now exhale, right arm goes up. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. I'm just going to change myself around. You're going to stay where you're at. The left foot comes forward. Right heel is lifted. Inhale. Crescent lunge. Right? It's like you're setting yourself up. Bring your hands to your heart. Scoot your right leg over. So it's more like towards the left side of your mat. You're in that curtsy. Remember we talked about this last week? Oops, leaning. Lean your chest forward. Right? Transfer the weight onto the left leg. And then lift from the inner lining of that right leg up. Crouching warrior three. Get your chest maybe parallel to the ground. Press to the big toe mound of that front foot. Maybe extend the arms forward. One more inhale. Then exhale, hands to the floor. Lift your chest, inhale. Fold back down, exhale, standing split. This is what your legs are gonna look like. This is what your arms are gonna look like as you set yourself up for a handstand. Stay here, inhale. Now exhale, bend your left knee. Reach your right foot way, 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 way back. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Join your feet together, plank pose. And then roll to the little toe side of your right foot. Now you're in a twisted plank. Stack your feet like you're on the floor. And then slowly reach the left arm away from the floor. Take an inhale. Now when you exhale, flex your left wrist. When you inhale, externally rotate that arm over your ear. Extend out through the heel of your hand. Turn your heart and your chest towards the side wall. Stay here, inhale. When you exhale, left arm comes back up. When you inhale, come back to plank. And then exhale, hips lift up and back. Downward dog pose. Lower your knees, child's pose. Or you can come back to how we started, hero pose, virasana. So lots of heat and energy in this sequence, right? We'll do some abs. I'll show you the prep for handstand, and we will approach handstand, right? So step by step. Vinyasa, karma. Very mindfully, very sequentially, very skillfully, moving into complex postures with mindfulness. Right? I was once told by a teacher that if you just do yoga without mindfulness and without breath, it's like doing meaningless exercise. So let's do meaningful postures, meaningful yoga. All right. And then you're going to bring your legs out in front of you. We're going to set up for Navasana with a pickup in between. Okay, so Dandasana, press into the heels of the hands, lift the heart and chest up, roll the fronts of the arms towards the backs of the arms, extend out through the thigh bones, meaning pressing the thigh bones down. Stay here, inhale. And when you exhale, release, bend your knees and place your feet onto the mat. Bring your hands underneath your thighs and move your heart toward your chest. See, hopefully you're taller. Lean backwards, lift your feet up just a few inches. No, I'm sorry, to tabletop. And then reach your arms forward, stay here, inhale. Then exhale, perhaps straighten your legs for Navasana, boat pose. Now, if you want to work it a little harder, I did have a yoga sequence on this channel called Yoga Abs, where we did Ardha Navasana, so we can experience that again. So inhale as you lower your body down, that's Ardha Navasana. Exhale as you lift it back up, Navasana. Inhale, Ardha Navasana. Exhale, lift, Navasana. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, Navasana. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, Navasana. Two more. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, Navasana. One more. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, Navasana. Pause. Cross your right ankle over your left. Make yourself as compact as possible. Maybe I'll show you from here. And then place your hands either on the floor or your blocks. Hopefully you can see. And then lift your hips up. Lower your hips down. And then I'll show you from the side. Cross your left ankle over your right. Push down into the blocks to the floor. Lift your hips and lower. Hopefully you saw that, right? Lots of abs. So here we go. Handstand prep. You need a wall space. If you are proficient in handstand, you don't need a wall space. So what we're going to do is we kind of come into like a child's pose, and then we're going to take the feet up the wall, so it's a half handstand pose. Right? So here we go. I'm kind of in child's pose. My big toes are touching the baseboard. My hands, which you can't see, are on the floor, and then I'm curling my toes under, and I'm in down dog. Right? But it's kind of short. Then I'm going to take my right foot to the wall at the height of my hip, and I'm going to press into my right foot, and then bring my left foot up. So I look like the capital letter L. And I'm drawing my navel in. I'm pushing into the heels of my hands, I'm pushing into my feet, and I'm allowing my head to hang. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, left foot down, right foot down. Walk your hands in towards your feet. Take a forward fold. And then we'll do that one more time, starting with the left foot. And then just take a pause for a moment so I can explain. So I can kind of see, but hopefully it looked like an L. The preps, the abdominal work, the warrior three, the half handstand, they almost feel harder than the actual posture. That's how much we're working, okay? So round two, we're just gonna lead with the left foot at the wall first. So you're in that child's pose with the toes touching the baseboard. You can't see my hands, but imagine. And then curl your toes under, lift up your down dog. Now my heels are in contact with the baseboard. I'm gonna let the left leg lead the way. Take my left foot up to the height of my hips. Press into my left foot, bring my right foot up, and I move my chest to the wall. This is handstand prep, right? Half handstand, or upside down puppy pose. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, left foot down, right foot down. Hang in a forward fold. And then have a seat. So that's handstand prep. It's a lot of work, right? So then what's the next level? The next level is you face the wall and you see if you can spring up, right? So let's do the next level and then we'll wind it down. So this is a yoga practice. We're gonna continue to practice, we're gonna continue to evolve. Let's see how it goes, right? So the closer your hands are to the wall, the more challenging it becomes. So I'm gonna say my hands are gonna be one handprint away from the wall. And pardon me that my back body is showing you. And then I'm gonna bring my left foot in, I'm gonna bring my shoulders over the creases of my wrists. This is kind of like what we were doing in that lunge. And I'm gonna really try to spring up, right? So that's how you approach handstand. I didn't externally rotate my leg in the hip socket. And then I mindfully come down. Let me show you one more time. The left knee is bent. It's like I'm crouching towards the wall, like that crouching warrior three. And then I'm going to spring up. Minimal noise, minimal sound, quiet. And then I'm going to take the opposite leg down first. And then I'm going to take another forward fold. And this time I'm going to bring the backs of my hands to the floor because that can be a lot on the wrists. And then we'll have a seat. We'll do some stuff with the wrists. We'll cool down. And then have a seat. Sit down any way that you can. I'm going to sit down on my feet this time. Bring the backs of your hands together. So you want to give the wrists a little bit of a break. You can also be in an all fours position. So from your all fours position, have your fingertips point towards your knees and the eyes of the elbows facing forward. You can certainly take the back of the hand down, right? But we want to make sure that we take care of the wrists because they did a lot of work for us today. Wow, right? Okay. We'll do one back bend, a supported bridge, some forward folds, and then question and answer. So come to laying on your backs. I'm going to use the block for supported bridge. Press down into your feet. Lift your hips up high. If you didn't have a block, you could use a ball underneath there, some books, and then take your arms up to the ceiling and just make circles with your wrists. So maybe you can think of, a Hawaiian dancer, and she's, sending you a message with the hands. Oh my gosh, I sound so horrible. Anyway, I'm just trying to relieve the wrist. I'm trying to entertain you as well and entertain myself. Take an inhale, exhale here. Let the arms release. Take the legs up to the ceiling if you like. Did a lot of work today, right? Longer class. Bend your knees or a longer tutorial. Place your feet onto the ground. Lift the hips up. And then thread the needle. Take that right ankle over the left. Take your hands behind your left thigh. Extend that left leg up. You can even hold on to the foot if you like. When you inhale, place your feet back down. When you exhale, left ankle above knee. Draw your right thigh in. You can have that knee bent or straight. You can hold on to that foot. And then inhale, place your feet back down. Exhale, knees to chest. Maybe roll a little bit from side to side. Take a happy baby. And then let the feet release. Roll to one side. Slowly come back up. And we'll just sit in a forward fold. So I'm going to do Baddha Konasana, but you can do any forward fold. So I hope you found this video to be informative. Please feel free to leave me any comments, questions, concerns, requests. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up. Any feedback is always appreciated. So I'm working towards getting many videos so that you have an offering on the Michelle McKay Yoga YouTube channel, and there'll be different things on there. And hopefully we can continue to build from previous videos, and hopefully it will be a really good learning experience. I encourage you to get some yoga props, and I can't wait for our next video session. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for ringing the bell. And we'll see each other soon. Stay well, be safe. Peace out, yogis. Ciao for now.